Welcome to Lighthouse Worship. My name is Hugo, and in this video we're going to be learning the song Who I Was by Josiah Queen. We'll be playing this song in the key of F. Thank you guys for requesting this song. I listened to it and it's such a great song. We're going to go over the finger style and finger picking styles. I will also say that you could also opt for a pick. You can do both with a pick or without. Both work fine. I recently moved and it's been a little bit of a struggle moving everything, but now we are back and we'll be posting way more videos now. Like I said, we're going to be playing this song in the key of F. We're going to be using our capo, moving our capo down to the 5th fret, and we'll be playing with C shapes. And it's a pretty simple song chord wise, progression wise. Finger style may be a little bit tricky, but if you guys can follow along, I will try to show y'all to the best of my abilities. So the song starts with the little instrumental. So that's how you play the first part of the instrumental. Like I said, you can use the pick as well. It will probably sound a little different, but you could technically do it. So like I said, you can do either one. I kind of like the way it sounds more with a pick, but if you are not comfortable with picking, you could also do it with your fingers. So the way it starts is you're starting with the C chord, okay? But you're doing a lot of hammer-ons and hammer-offs, which is basically kind of like you're playing your C, but you're going, you want to hammer that on. So that second middle finger, hammer on, right? So you could also pluck the top one, or you could just do it more simply, like just that simply, or you can go, either one works. So after you hammer on the first one, the second string is gonna be the second one down. You're gonna start with your middle finger, second fret from here. You're gonna be hammering on, okay? Once you get that, and then after you do those two, right, you're gonna do a slide up, and slide back down, and then you're gonna go back open, right? So hammer on, and then the second string, right, the 4th string from the top. So you hammer on that, and then you go open, and then you go back to the original starting note, which would be that, right? You could also do it with a pick, like I said. What you can also understand too is that's the main riff, but there is also other picking from the actual chord. So you're going to want to be picking the other chords as well. So you're going to be doing that. So that's your whole chord right there at the end. And then you're going to hammer on twice that same one. So you're going to do that. Switch to your G chord. So to finish on the C chord that we're doing, you're gonna do a double hammer on, like I said. You're gonna switch to your G chord, and then you're gonna do that same hammer on. So so you're gonna hammer on, and then you're gonna hammer off that same string, and then you're gonna go back to your C, that first root note. So from the G, you're going back to the C, and then you just play your C chord. After you play that, you're gonna play it twice. Switch to our strumming pattern. The strumming pattern, we'll go over it right now. It starts, the chord progression is going to be starting with A minor to your F, and then back to your C. And it repeats, right? Okay. Strumming pattern is going to be so down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. If you have to, go ahead and practice that strumming pattern. It is a little bit different from most songs, but also pay attention to the switches on the A minor. So A minor, F, C, A minor, F, C. So from F to C is a little bit faster. A minor, you stay on there for a little bit longer. The verse starts as all the money in the world couldn't buy me grace, like your blood bought it for me on that day. Search the world and all its gold. So right here, on the very end of the verse, it does change a little bit. So instead of going to that A minor, I search the world and all its gold, but it never, you stay on the C, it never gave me peace to my soul. So you're gonna go to your C, to the F, to the A minor. Okay, that's how we end the verse 1. And after verse 1, obviously we'll go to the chorus. So the chorus is going to be playing, starting with the F chord. So, and I found grace, and I found love, I found hope on a wooden cross, by your pain and by your blood. Who I am ain't who I was. So that is the chorus. I believe the chorus does do a little bit of finger style picking. So you could do the what I just did, or you can go exactly how the song goes, which the song usually goes with I found grace and I found love, I found hope on a wooden cross. So you would do that little finger style. Like I said, it might be easier to just use a pick and sweep between the chords, so between the strings I mean. So that's how I go about it when it comes to the finger picking. You could also finger pick with your 3 fingers here. And then it repeats, right? So it starts with the F. I found grace with the F. and I found love to the C. I found hope to your G on a wooden to your A minor. And then it repeats. And by your pain and by your blood, who I am ain't who I was. And it goes back to that first intro, how we played it at the very beginning, right? For the verse. After that, you're gonna go to your verse 2. We won't go over it because we already did verse 1. It's the same thing as verse 1. The only difference of verse 1 and verse 2 is that in verse 1 you have, at the end, it stays the same with the A minor. So I was chained down, way down in my den, but I found the key and nail scarred hand. So it stays the same at the very end of verse 2, and then it goes back to your chorus. I found grace and I found love, I found hope on a wooden cross. And then after that verse, there is a small instrumental in the song, but the thing is that it has two guitars playing. It has one playing the instrumental. There's one playing the instrumental, which are just the chords, and another one is playing the actual finger picking, or the little riff they have, right? So the riff you're going to be playing, we'll go over the riff just in case you are wanting to learn the riff. So what you could do is you can slide into that third note, right? Which I like the way it sounds better. And then you go hammer on, hammer off. And then it goes back to that original note. So I'm gonna play it slow. Or you could also do it with your pinky. It does that double hammer on, and you slide. So, and then you slide there, right? And then you hammer on and hammer off, and then you end on that same root note down here, and it just repeats that part. You might want to practice it. It is a little bit complicated, but once you practice it enough, you'll get it down. After that instrumental, they play it twice or so. And then after you play that instrumental, you're going to go back to the chorus. And I found grace and I found love, I found hope on a wooden cross. You go in through that chorus, and then it's just the outro, and that's pretty much the song. The outro is the same as the verse. All the money in the world couldn't buy me grace, like your blood bought it for me on that day. And then you end on the C, right? Like I said, I promised you guys an easier way, or at least I think it's easier in my opinion. Play it in the key of E, or if you want to be in original key, you would just put capo 1. But personally, I find it easier to sing it on the key of E. Real quick, we just do verse and chorus, and we'll call it a day. So it starts with a. So we're keeping that same chorus, that same type of strumming pattern. All the money in the world couldn't buy me grace, like your blood bought it for me on that day. Searched the world in all its gold, but it never gave me peace to my soul. And I found grace and I found love, I found hope on a wooden cross. By your pain So that's just a little extra in case you want to learn how to play it in the key of E. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really do hope that this video helped you guys. Thank you for commenting on my last video recommending this one. Such a good song. I plan to be making some way more videos, hopefully more often than I usually do. Stay tuned for the next video. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.